0.080. Yeah. Because you're looking at the thousandths place, right? And you gotta look to the right of it to see if anything rounds it up. And hey, the 5 rounds it up to, hey, a 10. We have to carry that place to the 7. And don't forget, since you're looking for the thousandths place, you have to put your placeholder there. You have to let them know that that's a definite 0 there. I mean, that's a whole chemistry stuff, but because they're asking for the thousandths place, it's 0. If they're asking for a hundredths place, you're just going to give them these two numbers. If they're asking for like the, what is it next? 10 thousandths place, then you got to put on 2 zeros there. So it depends on what they ask. And number 10 has disappeared. I have no clue where number 10 is, but if you have it, the answer is 7. I have no clue what the problem is. Now let's move on to mental math. Mental math. Okay, I will read you the problems. Okay, mental math number 1 is 150 times 2 divided by 6 plus 7. And if you need these repeated, just rewind the video and it should be fine. Number 2, 84 minus 35.8. Number 3, 2/3 divided by 8. Number 4, what is the difference between 452 and 225? What? Oh, okay. As in subtract them. What is the difference between 452 and 225? Don't do these with the calculator. I know you, Jordan. You might cheat. Number 5. 12 9/10 minus 6 2/5. I'll repeat that. 12 9/10 minus 6 2/5. Number 6. Rename 5/8 as a percent. So just write 5/8 as a percent. 7 is an algebra problem. X plus 53.7 is equal to 100. Number 8, 30 times 600. Number 9, 3/8 of 64. And number 10, x plus 7.5 plus 2 is equal to 12. Solve for x. Okay, so pause the video here and time yourself for 5 minutes. I guess that's a good time, and then come back to me. Okay, here are the answers to the mental math. I will go over these quickly. Okay, the first one, you follow order of operations. So 150 times 2 is 300 divided by 6. That's so dumb. I believe it's 50. 50 plus 7 is 57. 57 is your answer. Number 2, 84 minus 35.8. Here is a trick for all you people that want to subtract in their head without a calculator with decimals. Here is the trick. At least what I do. Okay, instead of like writing them and lining them up and having to add a placeholder right here like I've showed you before, what I do is first, this is too hard to work with a decimal and a whole number, right? So I want to make this a whole number. How do we make this a whole number? What's our nearest whole number? That will be, well, you always want to round up. So our nearest whole number is going to be 0.2 away from 36. Okay? So we've got 0.2. That makes it 36. Now we've got an easier problem. 84 minus 36. But we got to remember this 0.2 right here. We're adding this to whatever this value is, right? Does that make sense? I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you add so much to this and add it to your answer, then it should come out the same. 84 minus 36. Another trick. You do not have to line this up, okay? Even though it might be easier for you now, it's going to be way quicker if you do it this method. What you can do is think of the nearest tens place now. Before we were looking at the ones, the nearest ones. Now we're looking at the nearest tens. So the nearest tens is 40. Okay? So how many away is it from 40? It's 4. 0.2 plus 4. Okay? So we've got 84 minus 40. Now, how much does it take to get to the 80 tens place? So we're looking at the problem 80 minus 40. We're just taking baby steps toward getting this answer, right? So we don't have to go. I mean, it'll be faster in your head once you think about it. It's taking me a while now, but I'm explaining to you what goes on in my head whenever I do these kind of problems in my head. So 80 minus 40 plus 40. And now all we have to do to get to 84 is add on a 4. So all these added up, that's really easy to do. 48.2, right? 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 40 is 48, plus 0.2 is 48.2. Bam! 48.2. Hopefully that's the answer. Yes, that is the answer, 48.2. So if you work on this method, then you're going to be a math whiz kid, and while everybody's punching stuff in their calculators, you're going to be raising your hand already. Way quicker math. Okay, my board is turning. 2/3 divided by 8. Let's see. 2/3 divided by 8. Okay. So this is what it looks like, right? Now, you're not going to learn this to Algebra 2, but I'm going to go ahead and teach you now. We want to get rid of this fraction up here. We want to make this a whole number. All of the purpose of solving equations now is to make things whole numbers. It just makes things easier to work with. That's what I do. And so to do this, we can get rid of this fraction by altering around this fraction a little bit. Because, you know, there's tons of fractions out there that will equal each other. So like 2/4 is equal to 1/2. But they're two different fractions. But they are essentially the same thing. So to get rid of this 3, what do our rules tell us? Well, we're dividing by 3. What is the opposite of dividing? Multiplying, right? So to get rid of this 3, we've got to multiply by 3. So if we multiply the top and the bottom by 3, if we take this problem right here, hey, we're multiplying by 1. We are not changing the equation at all. Multiply anything by 1 is the same exact thing. Okay? All we're doing is trying to get rid of this 3. So this leaves us the problem 3 times 2 over 3 over 3 times 8. It's the same thing as this fraction right here, except we're changing it around. So if you multiply 3 times 2, don't do that. Just cancel out these 3's. Whatever you choose to multiply by will cancel out something. So you're left with the 2 on top. 3 times 8 is 24. Hey! We recognize this kind of fraction. We can reduce that to 1/12. Bam! That's it. That is the answer. 2/3 divided by 8, made easy. All you do is look at the fraction and multiply that number to cancel it out. Now, let me show you a double fraction. So if you have 3/5 over 2/7, I don't know. You have to kind of do a double here. You have to work with 1 first. So choose 1. I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 7 over 7. Multiplying by 1 gets rid of these 7s. 7 times 3 is 21 over 5 over 2. We're left with 2 because the 7s cancel out. So now we have to get rid of this fraction on top. Multiply by 5